Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, you guys already know the drill. We are going to go and check out another one of the dig sites for the archaeology professors. So in the previous ones, so far the best performing one is still Bandos. And one thing I noticed was that the binding contracts were a lot better at Bandos. So let's go and see if this one is going to be any better. So for this video, we're going to go and check out the Armadyl dig site. Now, Armadyl will be an interesting one because there's a couple of materials which are quite high in price. The Armadyl in yellow is always very much over 10k, and the Stormguard steel and some of the other items from the collection are also very high in price. Now, if you are enjoying the videos, both the Thieving and the Christmas videos, please make sure to hit a like on the video. It's really helping me out, and as you can see by the views I've been getting lately, it's all down to you guys clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel and sharing the videos. It has been massive for me. So in terms of the setup, not going to drag on too long because you guys have seen these videos already. Same as what we've always been doing. We're going to be using 2 hours of the legendary 5-finger discount. We're going to be rocking the camouflage outfit, the mushroomy bag, the sticky fingers relics, which again, I'll reiterate one more time, make sure to have this for all your thieving because what it will do is make you pickpocket 50% faster. Reduce your XP by 33%, but you'll sort of like level out, but you'll get more loot as a result, which means you'll get more profit per hour. So in terms of info as well, the only things I've got is a yak. Again, I don't really need anything else because the yak can bank anything if I'm struggling for bank space. Although it's been a bit hit and miss on the artifacts. Some dig sites have produced absolutely loads, like Sorrow was a lot of artifacts. Archeology dig site, not so good in terms of that as well, but if you watched the previous episode, the Archeology dig site kind of let us down a little bit. So just for tech compasses, we are 65 tech compasses in the bank. Again, we're pushing for that 100. I am really hoping that before I get 200 mil thieving, I could wrap up and do 100 tech compasses to maybe wrap that up and wrap that skill up. Little bit of a note though, today we crossed 150 mil thieving. So we have done pretty much 50 mil or just short of 50 mil XP for thieving in the past week. So I'm going to go and head to the Armadyl archaeology spot now. I'm going to go and find out where the professors are and then I'll let you guys know there. Apart from that, thank you guys so much for the support as always. We are going to go and crack on for 2 hours. I will reset my counter as well. It's interesting how accurate all of them are. I know it's the same NPC technically, but the cash, the XP always seems to be bang on the money in terms of how much they are. It really is just dependent on how good of an archaeology material spot it is to how much GP you can make. So again, if we ever spot trends on Market Watch, if we ever see certain items go up, that will have to be a focus going on now to go and pick out certain dig sites for you guys to go and thieve. And if I spot like a certain dig site's going up in price on Market Watch, I'll always make sure to shout out, go and pickpocket the professors at this dig site because it seems to be a lot more GP than normal. However, we're going to wrap it up there. I'll report back when I've found a professor, and then we'll move on for our 2-hour stint while I go and make some videos. So the professors are just here. I'll show you the map of the Citadel. I think it's a little bit south of the floating workshop. Yeah, so you go to the workshop just about there, and it's on this island in the southwest corner. So we are going to go and aura up, get ready for 2 hours of just pure AFK joy. While we're going to go and play the bond account, if you don't know, the bond account is going to do a 2-week bond. While going to go and gather a lot of wrapping paper as well. So we're going to go and get wrapping paper both on the main account, this account, and 7-day bond as well. And hopefully I can get to a point where 7-day bond can start doing things like this for some AFK thieving XP. So we're all set up. Everything's all reset. We'll come back in 2 hours for reports on how all this is going to go. And really interested with this one because Armadyl, the items are a little bit different. Like Armadyl's not really a set a lot of people do. So because of that, you can get it in 2 ways really, because like not a lot of people do it, not a lot of materials come onto the Grand Exchange, but also not a lot of people are probably buying it because you're going to go and do the Tetra Compass sets instead. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll report back a little bit later on, and hopefully we've got some good info for you guys to crack through. Okay, so we are back and done with the Armadyl section of our thieving video. As you can see, very interesting signs in terms of the loot. Again, lesser binder contracts have came through in this set as well. So binding contracts really are on the decline the further we get on in terms of sets, so Bandos is still by far the best with nearly 100 an hour. Now what I would say for Armadyl is that Armadyl has one of the better rates on the artifacts, so we've got a total of 10 artifacts and a lot of these are the higher tier ones as well. So in terms of the archaeology XP which we probably received from this, Armadyl has done very well. Tetra Compasses as well seems to be coming in a lot more common and a lot more often, so we've pretty much got 2 and a bit, so we've done 2 full ones and 1 additional piece as well. So over 1 per hour is what we're kind of looking for. The GP, very similar, 2.4k as well, so we're making roughly like 1.2 mil GP per hour. And then the XP is going to come in at 2.6, so 1.3 mil Thieving XP per hour, 1.2 mil GP. However, the most important thing about this is how much does the loot add up for. So with the sets, and again, you'll see this theme across a couple of them, there's a couple of items which sort of span through all of the sets. So things like your third age iron, your white oak, your leather scraps, your vellum, animal furs, we've got the samite silk and the gold rune, and also soapstone and the glass as well. And these are the ones which are going to always be a little bit cheaper, but what you're kind of looking for on the digsite as such is going to be the digsite related only items. If they're up in price, that's what's really going to make the decision of whether you should go and do that digsite. But in terms of normal drops and also cash, we are currently at a price of 4.1 mil, which actually isn't too bad. So we're going to go first with the quintessence. I don't think that's too high of a price. That's 3k each. Again, not great for that. The Ethereum alloy is going to be 4.4k. Again, not too great there. Wings of War, 7.3k. That is really good. Stormguard Steel is normally a decent one. There you go, 9.3k. And then 41 Armadyl yellows is a pretty decent chunk of money as well. So 5.4 mil there, which is kind of hit or miss. 60 binding contracts is very brutal because you've lost, compared to the Bandos set, 40 binding contracts, which if you work on about 80-ish k each, is going to be like 3.2 mil you've just missed compared to the Bandos set, which is pretty much brutal. So in terms of these binding contracts, with working on the same 80k profit as the rest of them, you're going to be making 4.8 mil on top of that, which is going to bring the total price for the Armadyl and digsite at 10.2 mil. So if we were to half that, 6.1 mil, along with 1.2 mil per hour. Again, compared to where we were in terms of thieving loot and XP previously, it is incredible. It is really good in terms of what we used to have. But if you start to compare it against the other digsites, it's not as good. Like, Bandos is still by far the clearest rated one. And I do have a little bit of a theory that maybe the higher tier digsites do provide better rewards, because Bandos is one of the higher ones. So I'm just a little bit shocked that Armadyl came out like this. I thought it would be better, but binding contracts are definitely something which is noticeable, and we've still got a couple more digsites to do. I've still got Zamorak, the Demonheim, and also Orphan as well. I wasn't going to do Orphan because Orphans is basically the same digsite as what DG is, but I think because Orphan's a high level, be really interested to see like what you can go and get from there, and if the drop rates are affected, especially on things like the binding contracts, by the level of the digsite as well. So it's good. It's a really nice little series that I've done because a couple of things really. One, it stocks up my material cache storage with a lot of different materials for archaeology if I ever wanted to go and like do a little stint of archaeology as well. Two, it's giving me loads of tetras. The tetra loot videos are definitely going to be coming very, very soon, and I'm hoping that we can at least get 75 full tetra compasses before I get 200 mil. Quick thieving update as well. We are up to 155, so I don't know, it's looking tight. It is definitely looking tight. But then also as well, it's giving me a chance to get binding contracts and other stuff. These are very, very good drop tables for these items. And if you were to do a decent stint of this during your thieving journey, you would sort of pick up a lot of items. Like, now I'm going to deposit this. I'm up to 530 binding contracts, which for me is like really useful because at some point I'll want to make binding contracts either for a video or stuff like that. This is an Iron Man's dream to get all these materials to train your archaeology level up, get to better relics and stuff like that, but also to go and get things like the binding contracts, the chronos. It's just such a good way to do some thieving is by doing these master archaeologists. But that's going to wrap up Armadyl. Again, not as good as what I thought it'd be. I thought it would be better due to it being like a higher level and stuff, and some of the items would be a high price. And guess they're not. But we're going to still finish off all this series. The final three are going to come over the next week or so. Thank you guys so much for sticking with it. It seems like you guys really are enjoying these pickpocketing videos. I'm loving doing it because, again, it's so AFK. And they are very, very good wrapping paper. Wrapping paper seems significantly slower than what it used to be, but this is still a very good way to get it and very AFK. And if you could spot a certain green dot lying around, maybe they're looking to get some wrapping paper as well. So yeah, going to finish it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are, please make sure to leave me a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very soon for the next video.